Hi, this is Basim. I'm a chess coach. Do you think chess is a difficult game? Do you think it needs a lot of calculating and a lot of struggle to find the correct move? No problem. Don't worry. I'm here to explain it to you in an easy way. Uh, my approach to the game is called the strategic approach. In chess, we have two ways of thinking, either tactics or strategy. In tactics, we need to calculate everything. Calculate if he takes my piece, what happens. If I take his piece, what happens. If I move this pawn, what happens. Everything. This causes headache for a lot of people. The other way of thinking is the strategic way. In strategy, we think about chess pieces as a team. Just you need to know every piece where it will be happy to be. You put it in that square and that's it. When your pieces like find the harmony, later it will be much easier to find the tactics which will finish the game. You don't need to struggle from the beginning to the end calculating everything with every move. Just play strategic way and your level of chess will be much more higher in a short period of time relatively. So what is strategic approach for the game? There are some rules, you need to know them and then practice them and then you will see the improving. So basically chess game is divided in 3 stages. The first stage is called the opening, and then the middle game, and then the end game. After we arrange the pieces for the game, we need only to make sure that the right square on your right hand in the corner is white for both players. It should be white. Let's talk from white's point of view because it's easier. So always on your right hand it should be white square, and your king should be always on the opposite color square. So the white king goes to the dark square and the black king goes to a white square. That's it. Usually there are some numbers and some letters. So usually 1 starts from white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and sometimes we need also letters to write down the moves. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. But that's not important for now. We just need to arrange the pieces correctly and start the game. Today we are going to talk about the opening only. Next episode we will talk about the middle game. So in the opening we have 3 golden rules. We need to follow them, and then when you finish the opening safely without any big problems, you can go to the middle game and to the end game. So in the opening we need to understand what is the 3 golden rules. Golden rule number 1, put pawn in the center. So these 4 squares are called the center of the board. So we need to always put pawn in the center. It's better to start the game with this approach. When you put pawn in the center, you control 2 squares in the center of the board, and also you open the lines for your other pieces. Now you can move your bishop, you can move your queen if you need. So if you play with pawn in the center, if you follow the first golden rule, you can develop your pieces next, which is actually the second golden rule. Develop your pieces. You need always to develop your pieces to start the game and to be ready to defense, to be ready to attack, to be ready to play the game basically. So after you put pawn in the center, you develop your pieces, starting with knights. Always we need to start with knights over bishops. Why? The knight cannot participate in the battle unless it's so close, because it's called short range piece. Short range pieces are the pieces who only affect the close squares. For instance, the pawn only protects two close squares, cannot attack more than one square, so it's considered short range. The king also, if you have a king here, it will be protecting only the squares around himself. It cannot play for long range places. So we have the knight, short range piece, the king and the pawn. The queen, for instance, if there is a piece here, let's say this knight was here, the queen can take the knight from far, long distance. So it's called long range piece. The bishop, the same. For instance, now if black plays the knight here, you can take it immediately with your bishop. So it's long range piece. So that's why we need to develop the short range pieces before the long range pieces. So next we play the knight, and always towards the center. I will not play the knight, put it here, because here it's on the edge of the board, so half of its power is outside of the board. I'm not making use of it. But if I put my knight towards the center, all the squares which this knight is controlling are inside the board, all of them. So always I need to put my pieces towards the center, much better. Next I will develop my bishop, and now I develop two pieces and a pawn in the center. The third golden rule is castle your king. You need always to castle your king. So after I play pawn in the center, golden rule number 1, I develop my pieces, golden rule number 2, I castle my king, golden rule number 3. When I do this, I continue because I did not finish my development yet. I still have a knight, did not move, a bishop did not move. So when I finish these two pieces, let's say I play the knight, of course, to the center, and next I need to move this bishop, so I need to move this pawn first to open the line, maybe one square or two squares, depends if there is nothing here. Now black is not playing, just to explain the golden rules from one side. Now I move my bishop, I can put it here or here, anywhere safe. Controlling the center would be perfect. This is much better than this because now I'm controlling the center. And next I need to move which piece I did not move yet? The queen and this rook. Everybody else was moved, so I develop my queen, preferably to, because the queen is too precious. It's actually the most important piece after the king, so it's not good to move it too early, put it somewhere where if I put my queen here, he will attack my queen with the knight or with the pawn. So I need my queen to be safe. The king should be the safest piece, castle, nobody talks to my king. My king is a king. Next, my queen. So I moved my queen just one square. It's always better to put the queen on the second line, or maybe in the third in some special cases, but the queen here is not that much safe. So I put my queen on the second rank, and the last step I move the rook from the corner, put it on central file. This is called a file, and we have two central files. And now the last step, I play this rook to look at the center file and control these two central files. Now I finished my development. I castled my king. I have not just one pawn in the center, I have two, and I have all four pieces looking at the center, and also my rooks, my queen, every piece of my camp is ready to attack. And this is called the strategic way of playing. You just make all your pieces as one team, protecting each other. For instance, this queen is protecting this bishop. This knight is protecting this pawn. This knight is protecting this pawn. This rook is also protecting this pawn. This rook is protecting the queen and the pawn. Everybody is protecting everybody. Only my bishop here is not protected, so maybe next move I will play it to this square to be protected by two pawns, not just one. And the bishop itself is protecting these two pawns. So now I finished the opening, the three golden rules, and these moves are standard. If I can do them in optimal situation, I should do it. If I cannot, I do at least what I can, but always in this arrangement: pawn in the center, develop your pieces starting with the knights and then the bishops. Number 3, castle your king. Next episode we will talk about the middle game, what we should do in the middle game, and later we will talk about the end game. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this short video. See you later. Bye bye.